morning. Welcome to Dadrold Miller Live here on the ZNS radio and television networks. And we are streaming to the world at www.znsbahamas.com. Let us pray. O God, our Heavenly Father, we come humbly before you this morning the way we do every morning and every night. We come to thank you for your continued blessings upon us. We thank you for health and strength, for life and liberty. We thank you for these beautiful islands with which you have blessed us, these islands that have become the envy of the world, so filled with natural resources. We pray that you would show us how to be better stewards of these islands. And therefore we pray for vision, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that we can deal with the many, many challenges that confront us. Today, as we conduct this show, we pray that you would undergird us with wise tongues for our discussion. We pray that you would direct our speech and control our discussion. We say a special prayer for those who are bereaved, who are shut in, who are sick, and who are teetering on the brink of poverty. Oh God, be their comfort in this their time of need. Uplift them, empower them. We say a special prayer for all of our leaders in all spheres, that you would continue to bless them. We say a special prayer for those who are associated with this program, that you would enable them to continue to do a great job in this part of your vineyard. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen. We're going to go open line today here on Dadrold Miller Live. Lots of issues you may want to talk about. And we are here to facilitate your discussion responsibly here on Dadrold Miller Live. We are saddened by all of the tragedy that has occurred over this weekend. So many bad things are happening. Also some good things, though, are happening as well, and that is what keeps us on balance. But the drownings, the situations that are so antisocial, the killings continue. Whatever you want to talk about today, you can do so responsibly here on Dadrold Miller Live. The numbers to call are 325-5405. From the family of islands, it's toll-free 1-242-300-8255. You can send us texts to 447-9879. That's 447-9879. You can follow us on our Facebook page, Dadrold Miller Live. There's also a link so that you can watch us live on your smartphones. You can follow us on Twitter, @MillerDadrold, as well as Instagram. 325-5405 here in Nassau. From the family of islands, toll-free 1-242-300-8255. Open line style today here on Darrell Miller Live, whatever you want to talk about. A lot of people are still talking about BAMSI, the Bahamas Agricultural Marine Sciences Institute in North Andros. I think North Andros came alive over the weekend with the Agribusiness Expo in Nicholstown. The reports I have received, particularly from our good friend Mr. Frank Hanna, is that all was well in Andros over the weekend. I think for them, the North Androsians, the BAMSI incident is behind them and they are moving forward. The next big event in North Andros, I believe, is going to be the Red Bays Snapper Tournament. And there are some challenges that are out for that. You see, Andros is not only, the North is not only a place for farming, it is also a place for fishing. And in Red Bays, they look forward to that snapper tournament. And that's coming up in May. We're going to let you know more about that coming up. Whatever you want to talk about today, you can do so responsibly here on Darrell Miller Live. Who's on the line? Marvin, is this South Andros?
No.
Is this South Andros?
No.
Where are you calling from?
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to get your views on the Fred Smith and his cohorts when they went to the OS to discuss the Bahamas. I had a heated argument or debate about this over the weekend as relates to the person I was talking to, who I was having a dialogue with. They were saying that they don't see no issue with these guys making these accusations. And I said...
Accusations about what, Marvin?
The immigration, how the Bahamas is inhumane to the Haitian immigrants and how...
Is that what you think?
No, of course. The debate was, I don't think so. And I think before you make accusations in a public forum, you should have evidence to present. Because I could say Darrell Miller is inhumane, but if I say that and put that in a public forum, that's not fair to you because now that's out there in the public forum without any evidence. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
but the evidence that you have seen suggests what?
I don't think so. I see...
So it's a non-issue?
I think it's a non-issue, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you present that in a public forum, it becomes an issue because now, you're putting the Bahamas in a bad light, in my opinion. So
you're having a private debate with your friends? Is that what you're saying?
Right, and I was talking about how Mr. Smith put the Bahamas in is almost attempting to suggest something without proper evidence. Why don't you, try to address that locally here first before going all the way to the international arena without proper evidence?
Well, wherever he goes, the rules and regulations for those countries to which he speaks are probably the very same rules that we have. We are only following suit with the rest of the world.
But
we cannot allow our country to be inundated with undocumented migrants from all over the world. No country allows that. If you, Marvin, go to the United States, undocumented, they put you in a detention center if you get to land, and they send you back home.
Right.
But it's no different.
Yeah, but I understand. Well, see, I understand that. But like I said, I don't know how engaged you are with Facebook and what's going on. And
I'm very much engaged.
You would know the heated debate, and it's almost like this is doing less for the Haitian-Bahamian relations and more like a divide. This is, in my opinion, further dividing two factions instead of bringing them together. Because
everyone, particularly Fred Smith, would have his agenda, and you know why.
Yeah.
There are some who want us to open up our borders to migrants, particularly Haitians, without any repercussions. They want them to be able to circumvent our laws, and that's not the way we run this country.
Right. Well. See, this is like my last point on this, and I'm gonna hang up. I have like I said, I had this debate, and they saying that the reason why persons of Haitian descent do not believe in the Bahamas philosophy is because Bahamians treated them so bad. Or they call them Haitian all their lives, and now they get 18. What do you think you want them to do? You think they can be into the Bahamas? That's why on Haitian Flag Day they're so proud of Haiti and stuff. And I said that's fine, but at the same day you have to also want to assimilate, regardless of all. I don't think all they like to. And he was saying that Bahamians hate Haitians, and I said that's not true. And they have this argument that Bahamians hate Haitians. I mean, that's not my opinion, but I guess I'll hang up and I'll hear your viewers. Do you think Bahamians hate Haitians? All right, Mr. Will, have a nice show.
Yeah, that's so subjective and non-consequential. I think we love foreign strangers, as Elon Moxie says. That's the nature of our economy. We invite all nationalities to come to our shores and make a contribution to enjoy what we have to offer, but not in an unregulated fashion. Those who come and break our laws, we do not like. Those who come and squat on land and take our land, we do not like. It's the same way anywhere in the world. To say that we don't like Haitians, I don't think that's the case. We don't like those who come illegally and who, without even trying to assimilate into our community, take advantage of what we have to offer, and at the same time, not loving our country, still loving their country. Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I remember living in the United States. I had to learn the mores and the values and abide by them. We don't like pay taxes. Well, in the United States, the first thing you got to do is pay your taxes. The first thing you have to do is to respect the law and order. When you driving on them highways and you see the police, well, first of all, you buckle up before you even start driving because you know the consequences. Here in the Bahamas, you will be shocked to know how many immigrants are driving without driver's licenses, without properly insured cars. And it causes a serious problem. They hit your car, they run through the bush. You know about that? God, that happened to you? God help you. Pastor Jeremiah Duncombe, how are you, sir?
Oh, just fine, Darrell. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
And good morning to the Bahamas. I haven't called for a while, but a couple of things quickly. Want to prophesy over you today, man. You know my name is Jeremiah, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've listened to you constantly, and I'm predicting that one of these days you're going to be a great preacher in this country.
Preacher? Did you say preacher or teacher?
Preacher. You're going to preach. You're going to have a church, man. The other day I listened to you counseling a young man who apparently was involved in drugs and stuff. I said, Darrell, I hear the preacher coming out of you, man. So think about that. Of course, Darrell, let me commend you for what you do day in and day out. Your voice is perhaps if not one of the most influential voices in this Commonwealth, which causes you to be saddled with a great responsibility, and you're doing a great job. I remember some time ago I asked about the news segment, that half hour that BBC usually took, and you took it up, and sometime shortly after that I heard us on these family islands getting the news from North Bahamas. And I thought that was terrific. I want to thank you. I never got around to thanking you for kind of...
Well, I'm not going to take the praise there.
Well,
I think our administration here, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, under the able leadership of our general manager, Diana Swan, made that decision, sir.
Okay. It certainly...
But the conduit may have been you calling the show.
Okay. Yeah, I feel so much closer to what's happening in that part of the world. It kind of makes me feel like Grand Bahama and the North Bahamas is now a part of the Bahamas. And so those of us in the family islands who are don't have all the facilities, it has a way of bonding, and this is what these family of islands all about. So, and of course, my good friend Stanley in North there, doing a great job. Mr. Pinder, that is. One thing though, Darrell, and my advocacy is for the family islands. By the way, can I give you a little reprimand before I say this?
Go ahead, sir.
I missed you at a groundbreaking. I think you had planned to come, but something happened and you didn't make it. But I hope you'll be here.
January 10th?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I hope you'll be here the next one when we have the opening of our first phase of that facility. So we'll have a long time to talk about it. One of the things now that I'm still hopeful about, the family islands, particularly the outer islands, well, that's family islands, we are at a disadvantage. And I continue to say, like, the Commonwealth, the government, the capital city, New Providence, needs to give us some affirmative kind of philosophy in dealing with us, affirmative action philosophy. I still believe that these family islands have much to offer. Things are going on. Sometimes I hear you talk about South Andros, and this is where I'm most familiar. You call a few names of people who are doing some things, and I hear you often call the name Cheryl Andrews. Those stuff she gave you must have done well, man. You advertise so well, and I think that's good. When you come back some more, others of us will do some special things for you so you could mention what we are doing as well.
Yes, sir.
But there are so many things. I think that we need to get back to the day, Darrell, when each of these family islands has a broadcasting correspondent, a person appointed by the Broadcasting Corporation, who periodically can tell of exciting or interesting things occurring in these various settlements. It gives a lift. When I hear of something positive happening in Acklands, where my wife is from, or Critical Island, or in Nagua, man, listen, I become excited. That may not be that meaningful for people in New Providence, but for those of us in the family islands, it gives us a lift. And so, and if you can pursue this in any way, people, we have principals of schools, we have administrators, any of these persons, I believe, without needing any remuneration additionally, would be willing to be a correspondent for ZNS and periodically can give an update of activities in these family islands. What it does, it will help to build us, bond us, bring us together. And so, thus my input this morning, Darrell, and thank you, and keep up the good works, man. And listen, you need to visit us a little more often in South Andros. You know your son is here, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Keep up the good works.
All right, sir.
Go ahead.
used to, and we still do, have correspondence for the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in strategic islands. I know in Eleuthera, we certainly have sales and marketing correspondence. I'm not sure where else we have them, but I remember we used to have a person in Long Island years ago, and it was always a joy to hear from him, even if it was on the lighter side, talking about the lighter news, which is always good as well. Let's go to Miss Antrobus in Savannah Sound. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Miller.
Hi.
How are you today?
Okay.
I missed you twice. You know why I missed you twice? Because I didn't get to get on when Mrs. Pinland, her daughter, was on.
Oh.
And then a pastor of mine, but he went somewhere else, Mr. Greenslade.
Yes.
I know him very well. From his time in school with my son in Jacksonville, Florida, Edward Waters College. We go way back. But suffer it to be so, you ain't gonna catch them all. But now you have a topic on there this morning. Some people really talk off the top of their heads and they know what they be talking about. We have a quaint little piece of paradise God left us here. I mean, he put us on this quaint little piece of paradise, and we are happy. Some people are going to agree with you, and some is not. So you can't worry about them who don't want to go. If they don't want to go, let them stay behind. You got to do, and we got a job to do. And you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
So you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
It's a pleasure to hear from you, Ms. Antrobus.
Okay.
Okay. Let's take Henry and then go to a break. Hi, Henry.
Good morning, Mr. Miller.
This is Snug Corner.
This is Snug Corner.
All right.
Darrell, I had an opportunity to visit Selena Point last weekend. They had their homecoming, and we had a great time up there. And the only problem was that
Getting there.
the condition of that road.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace, and people are suffering. People are suffering because of the road. The little dollars that they scrap up, they have to take it and put it in their vehicles and buy tires and the wear and the tear on their body and school children on that road. I keep knocking on that because it is a concern, because Selena Point is one of my biggest supporters when it comes to business. And when I can't see them no more, it's bad for business.
They would come from Selena Point all the way to Snug Corner, Henry?
Yes, sometimes they used to do it twice a day. I mean, when the road was good, but I have problems in seeing them now. I had to visit them, but it seems as though nobody cares. Nobody cares, because we was banging on that now for 10 years, and nobody cares, because if they did, they would hire a local contractor and just grade the road or do something to the road to make it possible for the people. And it's a disgrace. I'm going to leave that there. Like I say, next week is Selena Point, Crooked Island homecoming, the Easter holiday. That one of the greatest time we had over there when you was there, and Lon Moxie, and they were there, man. We had a great time in Crooked Island.
Yeah.
Darl, I still look at you as a voice of these family islands. I listened to Jeremiah Duncombe a while ago, and I mean, so true words he's saying. If we can have somebody to represent us in these family islands, because it seems as though nobody, when you pass Exuma, it seems as though nobody's checking for you. McCall is dying. McCall is dying. And I know a lot of people feel as though this is a political political buying or whatever, but you need to come yourself, visit Crooked Island, your home, visit Auckland, your home, and see the conditions of this place. And nobody is checking, but somebody's going to pay a big price for this. And I'm sick and tired of banging on the radio all the time. We need some correspondent from ZNS, like Brother Duncan says, somebody who's going to represent us in the backyard, who's going to be the voice. I think they listen to you a lot. You said the other day, I hope they put a overpass by the college of Bahamas so the children don't get knocked down by vehicles. And I believe they're going to jump and do that. Why don't you tell them take care of your hometown? And it puzzles me to know so much a great man from Auckland. And I mean, to see the condition of this place, sometimes I want to think twice. What must I do? Because business is dying.
Anyway, when you listen to Alfred Gray, your member of parliament in the House of Assembly, he gets to his feet.
We had meeting with Mr. Gray before, Mr. Gray said he put the petition to the government, he put it where it's supposed to be, and he leave it there. He need another voice, some like Mr. Brave Davis or some Mr. Perry Christie, who's going to hear him and say, okay, we got to do something. But it seems as though he only putting it there, and he said himself, he can't make noise against his government. He said all he can do is put it there and leave it there. But it needs somebody who cares. They say Perry cares. The Prime Minister cares. So why he can't care for those poor people who are breaking up their body on that Selena Point Road? Anyway, Darrell, that's another point, another day, another topic. I would like to say a week ago, we laid to rest Mr. Claygon Taylor, the oldest man in Auckland. He was 103. And my sympathy to his whole family, and may his soul rest in peace. On Saturday, the oldest lady in Auckland, Melvina Taylor, she celebrated her 101 birthday. And I'd like to say happy birthday to Melvina Taylor. And I hope Auckland, I know they're going to leave us for the last. We're going to get the pot cake. Because, we're not counted. But there's going to be a wide awakening if these people don't wake up. Because nothing is happening. And I'm glad, Darrell, I'm watching you, and you really listening to me because you know the situation. And I hope this weekend you will take a day and come home and let's knock a glass in Selena Point, in Crooked Island on this weekend. Darrell, thank you very much. I want you to listen to the words of Jeremiah Duncombe.
Thank you, Henry.
2 words. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day. I will be listening.
Thank you, my good friend Henry in Snug Corner. Let's take a break. This is Darrell Miller Live. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to Darrell Miller Live here on the ZNS Radio and Television Networks. We're taking your calls, texts, your tweets, your emails. Having a slight problem with the WhatsApp. I don't know why. 325-5405 is the number to call here on Darrell Miller Live in Nassau. From the Family of Islands, it's toll-free 1-242-300-8255. Let's go to Walton. Hi, Walton.
Hello, how you doing, Mr. Miller?
I'm excellent, man.
I am calling from Roxanne.
Uh-huh.
My name is Walton Cooper, alias Showboat. We have some issues in Roxanne. Mr. Miller, we have a dock in Roxanne almost been gone since Hurricane Betsy or Floyd or one of those. It's been gone so long, I can't even remember how long it's been gone. The season is on, and we've been having number of sailboats and yachts in Roxanne. We don't have a dock. We don't have no water. We have nothing to offer. I think numerous MPs has been debating this in the House Assembly. I think Moultrie has been debating it.
Moultrie?
Yeah, Moultrie has been debating it.
Which Moultrie?
James Moultrie. I think it's been going since James Moultrie time. Then
The
came
doc?
along.
The doc?
Yes, sir. Then came along Tony Miller. Then came along Mr. Oswald Ingram. And now Mr. Goomas is debating the doc in Roxanne. I think it's a crying shame and a disgrace. I think if they was putting $1 a day in the dock in Roxanne, I think we could have it repaired. We got some more issues. We don't have no clinic here on government property. We had 3 places in Roxanne cleaned up for a clinic.
You have a clinic?
Yeah.
In the town
we
center?
have a rented house. We have a rented house for a clinic. But we had an area cleaned up in Ocean Hole. We have an area cleaned up in Berlin Hole. We had a area cleaned up in the White Waters for a clinic, and that's been years ago.
Now, the clinic got to be accessible.
And that's been years ago. Well, the areas where they put it, they said it was accessible.
Ocean Hole is accessible?
Yes, sir. Very accessible. Mr. Miller?
You want it on the front strip, eh?
It's more or less on the front strip, you know. It's more or less on the front strip. But what I'm saying, Mr. Miller...
I'm saying where the clinic is now, what's your difficulty?
We need a bigger one. We need a bigger one. It's a house. It was a house. We need a bigger clinic because the clinic that what we had, a government clinic, it was refurbished and given to the mission. And what I'm saying that
where the clinic is now, though, wouldn't you say it is more accessible than if you put it to the Ocean Hole?
The Ocean Hole, the people from South is more accessible from the people coming from the South. Hey, you could just walk in distance in Roxanne. Roxanne is a small place. And Mr. Miller, we also have another issue. We have a administrative residence in the center of town. It's ridiculous. It's falling down in holes. I don't know if you could come up here to our homecoming, but if you look at that, it's a disgrace. It either need to be knocked down or put a greenhouse or something there.
When is homecoming?
Homecoming is the Easter week.
Aye.
Yeah. And Mr. Miller, we the people of Roxanne, we hard to, we easy going. We don't complain very much. We don't ask for very much. You very seldom you'll have a Roxanne person complaining. Other islands, if a barbershop closed, they complaining. But we don't complaining. But I don't know. The people that may, please see if they could give us a dock and come to Roxanne. I heard Mr. Goomas in the House Assembly complaining, but the same thing. You really can't put all on Mr. Goomas because this been happening since James Moultrie time. One time we had in Mr. Phil Battle time we had a dredge came to Governor's Harbor, and they were supposed to come to Roxanne to dredge, and that machine never came to Roxanne. I don't know what they got against Roxanne, but we really need something, Mr. Miller, in Roxanne. We need help in Roxanne. I can't put it on Mr. Goomas because he made it here. And consecutive governments haven't, stepped up to the plate for Roxanne. I would like to congratulate the government on the Banzi project. It puts a shot in the arm for Andrews. And we need more of those throughout the Family Islands. And I would like to thank you, Mr. Miller, for listening to me here today.
Thank you very much for your call. Aye. Who's that? Of course, I want to talk to everyone. Not sure I know who she is. Mother Clark?
Yeah. Sister Mother of the World.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm excellent, ma'am.
I was listening to the last caller, which was saying he passed through Exuma. And let me tell you, this government do remarkable well. They finished the hospital, and they do many things there. And right now, I could walk from my home to the hospital, and in 15 minutes I there, my age. So I think they done well for Exuma.
For Exuma?
Yeah.
Exuma is doing okay.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you now. I think this government done well for us. You know something, I could walk from home to the hospital. You don't think that's great?
Where are you?
In Nassau, but I hope to go home soon.
I say, when you say you could walk?
From my home, where I live.
Here in Nassau or in Exuma?
I in Nassau now.
When you say you could walk from your home?
To the new hospital, what this government build or finish off, everything like that.
You mean in Nassau?
No, in Exuma.
Where you live in Exuma?
In the capital.
Georgetown.
Right on the street.
That's...
You haven't been to Exuma.
Yeah, I trying to figure out where you live.
You know where St. John Baptist Church in Exuma?
St. John's?
Baptist Church. That's where I live.
That's on the...
Main Street.
But that's on the other side.
Yeah, across the road.
That's by the little lake.
Yes, I right on the lake.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I think since they get in power, I think they're doing a wonderful job. Now, you can't lie to God. You got to tell the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
So
there could be a little bit more activity in terms of jobs.
Yeah, but
Sandals is doing a great job.
But Sandals wasn't paying the people anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, Sandals paying pretty good.
It might be paying now in this government, but before then it wasn't paying nothing. Because some of my girls, they say they had to stay home because they couldn't make it. And they have to pay trans to get down to Sandals. And they're in $100. It's nothing to pay them. And they got children to take care of.
Yeah, but they have place to live.
Yes, but still they got to
When you work for Sandals, you get a place to live. You get your meals. You get your meals. You get insurance.
When they don't pay that $100 to the taxi, what they leave it? And then some of them got 4 and 5 children.
I don't know why you'd pay $100 to the taxi.
Yeah.
Therein lies an opportunity.
For the week, going and coming.
Man, it should only be $3 each way.
What? That chance, boy, that's in those days. Not now.
Therein lies an opportunity for ground transportation between, I would even go from Williamstown. From Williamstown to Barataria, I would go all the way. $3 a head.
$3 a head?
Yes, ma'am.
You missing it.
That's an opportunity for someone.
You know, right now things going up. And
Yeah, but it's like a jitney service, eh?
No.
I'm saying you can implement that from Williamstown to Barrattary, $3 a head.
$20 a head.
Oh, no, man.
For the week. $20. $20.
You're taking more than one person, you know.
No, but if you call one of them or taxi, that's $20. Things change, Darrell. I know money was $3, but about now. And they got plenty chewing the feed.
Anyway.
What do you think about that?
I think there are opportunities that are available in Exuma. The people must recognize that you got to make a little sacrifice, but if you make that sacrifice, you will have something rather than nothing.
Yeah, well, everybody know that they got to make sacrifice, but things was pretty tough before this government come on the scene. Now, I could tell you, because my husband was the mayor at Exuma, and he used to take care of everything there that happened. I and him, we do the sports, we do the junkanoo, we do the basketball, we do the softball, because my son was one of the softball pitchers. And let me tell you, they didn't recognize him. Nassau had to take him down to Venezuela to win that game in those days. But now the people is forget and they don't recognize. But that's it. You know? But I wanted the children, the young people to do that.
Okay.
Try and get on the top.
Okay.
Especially the high school home. Because I always tell them I was coming down there before I come down here. But I took sick in the Christmas, and I had to come. You know?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I hope everything is getting better with you.
Yeah. It will get better.
Okay, ma'am.
But the former government didn't care, because I meet him after the election. So, man, you leave us alone. You even ain't check for us. He checked for the other people on the other side. He makes sure they get $100 and we didn't get nothing. You see?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, you stay strong. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Iva? That's Ms. Iva. Hi, Ms. Iva.
Morning, Mr. Miller. How you doing?
I'm excellent, thank you.
That's good. To God be the glory. I have stood here and listened to what Mr. Walton Cooper said about rock sound, and it is the truth. Now, the other day, we had the scabies break out in South Eleuthera. I'm trying to say this to say that when you have a clinic, and where they have that clinic, it's not a proper place because they don't sanitize it like how they should. When I go down in that clinic, it has an order. You know, when you got a dirty mop and the mop isn't clean, you can smell that scent coming out. I go in the bathroom, no toilet tissue. That something need to be done there. And what Chobo say is the truth.
But now, let me say something about
You have to clean the place with scent, sanitize the chairs, the people sit in and everything. They don't know about cleaning.
Let me say something about that scabies now. That scabies ain't got nothing to do with the clinic, you know. That scabies have something to do with the children not bathing.
Yeah, that too. And so what do you think about the...
No, that too. That's the only way you get scabies is if you don't bathe, man.
Okay, Mr. Miller. Okay. So, now I understand that, but let me tell you about this.
So whoever got scabies, they're not bathing. That's the bottom line on scabies.
So that's it, right?
Ain't got nothing to do with the school. Ain't got nothing to do with the clinic. It only have to do with the people bathing twice a day.
Yes, Mr. Miller.
In the morning and in the night.
Yes, I agree. I know all of that.
Now, we I wanted to say something, but this long time, we ain't bathing the way we should. That's why we get scabies. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
Can't
Mr.
blame
Miller,
that
but I
one
know.
on nobody but yourself.
I agree, but I know myself. Me and my family members, make sure behave themselves. What I'm saying is say this. When you see the clinic in and everybody in and out inside, they need a proper cleaning. You have to sanitize the place. You wipe out the chairs and everything. You take down the car waves and I look up there and say, Lord of mercy, look up there. But I only want to say it's true what Mr. Walton Cooper says. For in Roxtown, something need to be done. They always talking about building this clinic, ain't doing nothing. And where it is not a nice, proper place. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's take a break here on Darrell Miller Live to recognize our many sponsors, among them KS Moses. I'm always dressed from head to toe in KS Mo. And you want to check them out, guys. There's a 50% sale on selected items, not on the suits, but on the matching shirt and tie sets. They've got the linen suits, new arrivals of them for men and boys. They have the lapels. They have the cufflinks, socks, the casual shirts, casual pants, and they still have the great suits. No sale on the suits now, but they got the great suits, top brand names. I got one at a really good price for the Celine Pillin birthday celebration over the weekend. K.S. Moses, located on Collins Avenue and 5th Terrace. Tell them you heard this ad on Darrell Miller Live, and they'll give you a really good discount on top of the low prices that they have. This is Darrell Miller Live. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to Darrell Miller Live here on the ZNS radio and television networks. We're taking your calls, texts, tweets, emails. You can follow us on Facebook, Darrell Miller Live, and we have the app and the link where you can watch us on your smartphone, listen to us. We are also on our website, darrellmillerlive.com. Let's go back. Well, we haven't been to Salina Point yet. Let's go to Salina Point. Miss Ferguson? Miss Ferguson? Let's go to Mr. Farrington then. Mr. Farrington?
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Miller.
Yes, sir. You're here in Nassau?
No, I still in Long Key.
Long Key?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm excellent, sir.
Oh, Mr. Darrell Miller, we had a little death here in Long Key last week. Mr. Bernard Rose, an ex-defense force officer. He's working to the water plant. He died on Tuesday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he took sick later in the evening. And he going to take a shower. And so somehow he take a seizure and he died. And the thing about it is nothing at all. No kind of medication or nothing down here. You're talking about doctor, hospital, clinic, ain't nothing. If we just had a house here to put clinic in, we'd have been happy. You can't get painkillers on this island. Nothing. No assistance from the government. Nobody. Children take sick now, they got to wait for the ferry to run, or you got to rush them in the ferry cross, the water in the ocean, any kind of hours in the night. Come on, darling. A little clinic will do good in Long Key.
9 people live on Long Key.
Not in 9, no. It was 12, now it's gone to 11. Mr. Rose just passed away. And he was a young man, only 47. Ex-defense force officer.
You can't blame that on nobody.
No, we ain't blaming that on nobody, but if a clinic was here, he could have gone to the clinic to get assist.
But you say he had a seizure.
Yes, but still, no clinics were here. Nobody could have rushed him right there to the clinic. They maybe could have worked on him. But beyond the point of that, it's still no clinic and kids are here.
3 kids?
You got all together, you got one baby just arrived. You got 4 altogether. 2 in school and 2 is not, and 5 altogether. 5. Plus you got grown up here. Elderly people, and when they come over here, they come like once a month. Sometimes they don't come till 3 months, nurses or doctors.
You got to take the ferry to Crooked Island, eh?
You have to. And if emergency kick in the night, because they had to airlift me, I had to go on in the night to Crooked. When I was prison, no clinic, you can't get nothing here. You know what it is, you have a pain, you can't get a painkiller.
This sound harsh, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if the government, I know this sound harsh, I don't know if the government could justify a clinic on Long Key.
It didn't have to be, it's a government house here. They could put, you got to have somebody here. These human beings you're talking about. Somebody got to be here.
You don't have a school on Long Key?
Yes, we have a school. I told you the kids, them in school.
I thought they'd take the ferry.
No, they live on the island.
So there is a school?
Yes, sir.
There's a school for 2 children?
Yes, sir. There's a big school because years ago they had over 60, 70 children in school down here.
So the school house could double for something else if only 2 children?
Yes, the schoolhouse could double, yes. Yes, quite naturally.
How the old man doing?
The old man, he right there hanging in.
You called social services, see if you could get him a store?
I called, but I leave message, but she never returned my call. And the gentleman you're talking with the road, I was going and check for us for the road coming from the south side where the tourists them is walk to come across. We had to get together and fix the road. We had 50 bags of cement down here. A lady had for her house, and we go on and full up all the holes. The 50 bag we could have used, we use it all day in the sun. Them big potholes, we full them in.
That's good.
We can't be on Mr. Gray.
That's good.
And, now she saying, well, the ministry can return her 50 bags of cement back, And she called us and we said, okay, everybody's drive on the road. We got a couple of vehicles here. And the tourists come and walk and cross and all them big holes, they got walk on the side in the bush. So it looked bad.
Mm-hmm.
So we get together. We did it take us 3 days. We get together. We mix and towed water in the truck, towed rocks from off the side of the road and throw in the holes, park it, But like on the other islands, maybe they stretch so long, although I won't long, but we take out the worstest part to deal with first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we had one extra 150 bags of cement, we could go further with it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to do what you could do.
Yeah.
But when you come in for, people, lives and stuff and children, one of them running and fall down, bust their leg, you got to try and get somebody to ferry to rush them across. You understand me?
Who do the ferry? You?
No, sir. They have a gentleman that do the ferry twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday and Saturday.
In case of emergency?
And carry the ferry driver. All depends how the weather is out there.
The ferry driver live on Long Key?
Yes, sir.
So you could always get him to make an emergency run?
Yes, it's feasible.
It ain't that far.
Or, no, I'm talking about the weather. Sometimes, the back of Long Key's have that bad weather.
Mm-hmm.
And if tide go extremely low, he got to wait till that rise for that big boat to get through.
And when you take the ferry to Crooked, you go there by Miller Hill, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then they come down in the ambulance or whatever and pick you up and carry you to the clinic. So it's rough, Mr. Miller. You can't buy nothing.
What do you mean buy?
Like if you want, you got to go across when you go shopping and make sure buy your big bottle of your painkillers or whatever to bring back.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, in that sense. But in certain things that happen, painkiller can't cut it. You got to get stitched up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't painkiller for everything now.
I don't think the government could justify a clinic.
No, like you just asked me that beautiful question. The school is big enough because it have two offices on the side already. The teacher's only using one. That could be cut in half. Nurses and doctors could be in the next half.
Which nurse and doctor?
Or anyone they sending.
From where?
Women from where?
You could justify a nurse and a doctor?
Or a nurse. Anyone.
Monkey.
She can need help. Anyone.
I don't want to sound harsh.
No.
But I don't think the government could justify a nurse and a doctor on
No.
a long key for 12 people.
All right, either one. Just somebody shut up being here.
What the ladies on long key doing? You got 5 ladies?
On long key?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ladies.
And what they doing?
One is a teacher.
One is a teacher.
One worked BTC. 2 worked to BTC.
Uh-huh.
And the next one is a little janitor. Clean up the school.
That's 4. Give me one more.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ladies.
One is a teacher.
Uh-huh.
2 to BTC.
Yeah.
1 is a janitress.
Yes, sir.
Give me one more.
Only 4. It's 4.
Only 4.
Yes, sir.
Well, them 2 to BTC. One of them needs to double as a nurse.
First of all, you don't know if they got that training for that.
I'm saying they could come to Nassau and get training. We got the best nurse training in the region right here.
No, but see, that one who the BTC, she's a janitor. She just clean out the place. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Hello?
I hear you.
Yeah, one is a janitor, and then the next one, she do all the work.
The government ain't gonna justify. I know this government.
I know you know them very well.
They ain't gonna justify a clinic and a nurse and a doctor for long key.
No, but what I'm saying to you, they could justify in the school one should be here.
All right, let me talk to the minister. I know he ain't gonna justify it, but let me talk to the minister. And
Somebody have to. You're gonna wait till something happen again. It mightn't be an elder one, might be a young one. Somebody got to be here.
Somebody got to be resident there.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
All right, sir. You have a beautiful day now.
Good luck to you, man.
All right, sir.
That's the challenge of our country. You got a place with 5 people. They got 12. You got an island with 5. Then I know a place with 1. What do you do there? Aye. Let's go to David Ferguson. Davey.
A pleasant good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
How you doing, man?
I'm good right here. I'm in the land of living.
That's Nassau?
I'm in Nassau, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Miller. My first time calling you, I was home laying down, and I couldn't help myself when I heard my cousin, Henry Roll from Auckland, on the show. And, to listen to him was very painful. I couldn't believe what he was saying.
About Selena Point?
I mean, actually, the whole Auckland. I used to live in Auckland all of my life. I left Auckland about 4 years ago. And because of to find better, results. Mr. Miller, I'm, like I say, the island of Auckland, I speak of Auckland alone. I'm not talking about no place else. I don't work with no place else. I work with Auckland. The people of Auckland, how they've been suffering. I got some emails. I was one of the voice for Auckland some years ago. Before I left Auckland, I came here. And I looked at some voice notes and WhatsApp and things. and to see how people been crying. They're not getting social service coupon on time. Not bus drivers not getting paid for bringing children to school. I mean, Mr. Miller, it's so hard felting. And the people of Leon Point, how they've been suffering with this road, as Henry said, for 10 years. And there's no results. And yet still people will get up, the minister will get up and say, oh, my people of Acklands are doing well. How could it do well? And the people are crying. You have to spend money in tires just about every week. And you say Acklands is doing well? Acklands is suffering, especially. I won't go back home to go to homecoming anymore.
Who say Ackland's doing well?
That's what you always say.
Who?
The minister. My cousin-in-law.
I know if he said is doing well.
He always says my people are doing just well.
I heard him say that Acklands is the poorest area of the Bahamas. That's what I heard him say the last time he spoke in the House of Assembly.
Ah, boy, Mr. Miller. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The thing is, and you know, Mr. Miller, I'm going to say this to you. My mother lived there, still live there now. And, you know, the thing with, I always wanted to call you, but, you know, it didn't ring a bell right then until the day when I heard my cousin voice. My mother used to work for local government for more than, more than 20 years under the Local Government Act. And Mr. Miller, it hurts me after the election to see people who came after her, came to Nassau, got the letter, become full-time. And up to the day, my mother was victimized. Up to the day. And there's no results, no animosity. You know, Ms. Miller, and it hurts me to see how my mother had to suffer because she didn't support the PLP. I am disappointed. And I'll tell you, like my mother always tell me, son, leave it to God. But I had enough. Enough is enough. You mean, Mr. Miller?
Yep.
My heart is hurting to see my poor mother every morning get up, got to struggle to go to just do a low government. People who after her came and be successful, and she's still there. Just saying to God be the glory. How long shall she suffer? Because she and to me, I know I born a Bahamian. She's a Bahamian. She have you have entitled to anything within the Bahamas. But how come you know because I am not a PLP? You cannot get what the next person gets. Mr. Miller is very touching. Very touching.
Where's your mom?
I let go for a while because she keep telling me leave it to God. But I had enough.
Where's your mom?
My mother in Acklands.
Where?
She's in Mason's Bay. What, Ms. Miller? You don't know what, Ms. Miller? You don't know the burden I carry in my heart. You don't know. Sometimes I just shake my head and said, boy, if I only know. Ms. Miller, things are not going right. And, a lot of persons are scared to speak about it because they say, that's my friend or my MP. And no, that's not. He's my cousin-in-law. But I cannot justify what you've done to my mother. I just can't justify that. I just can't do it. How would I sleep at night and know that and I shake your hand and say you were a good MP and you victimized my mother? Can't do it. So, I'm tired. I mean, you know what young people leave Acklands per year? Every time? Every time. You look around, you see people leaving Acklands. Why? There's no prosperity. People are suffering. But yet still you could justify and say, what you doing within Bamsey and Andrews, all that. What happened to my car? What happened there? You doing everything on the islands. You fly all over just if you want to fly, but what happened to your people in Acklands who are suffering? This is the things that we're itching me. I mean, Mr. Miller, I've been home for, say, 4 years, and I don't even care to go back because there's no prosperity. If this is the way the thing is going to happen, man, listen, Acklands will be empty.
Okay, I hear your pain. I hear your concerns. Thank you for your call.
All right, Mr. Miller.
All right. Oh, boy. Let's go to Miss Curtis. Hi, Miss Curtis.
Hi, Mr. Miller. You all right?
I'm not sure today. I'm usually excellent.
First time calling you because you can't never get on your show.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Miss Curtis.
I'm glad to hear from you because you was so upright, straight man. And I just was listening to you every day when I sit in this sitting room to hear the way you talk and conduct your speeches to the people. But as far as I see, the whole Bahamas need care. They're talking of one side, all over. The road is so bad all over. But the people them don't want the taxes, so the government could get a little money to fix things. Because they don't want to let go nothing. But in order for the government to get something to help us, they have little taxes. All over the world taxing people. I on pension. But like I tell them, doesn't matter. Because God said He can supply my needs. And listen, the people who in this long queue with 4 women, must see 3 children, and want doctors and they said, they need to get out there.
You mean leave Long Key?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, I ain't going to tell them leave Long Key now. Long Key is a beautiful place.
One like me?
Let me tell you about Long Key now. I wouldn't tell you leave there. The most peaceful place in the Bahamas. Flamingos, beautiful birds and wildlife. You want to live there. But it's a sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice because ain't nothing going on.
Because I know the government can't justify a nurse and a doctor and a clinic in Long Key.
For 4 women, 3 children. Man, they ain't do that. In Fresh Creek, ain't had doctor. I live in the Fresh Creek area. And then you get one doctor, you get them for a week or 2, and they go on. We had a stationary doctor now from last year, or year for last.
Now,
and we can't do no better.
I remember living in Crooked Island, because that's the closest island to Long Key. What the women used to do, the women were multitaskers. In other words, you teach and you nurse. You do more than one thing. So that you can take care of yourselves in your community without having to wait for a doctor to come. You do a little nursing, and so you know a little something about nursing, you can take care of your community.
Yeah.
But boy, to have a nurse and a doctor in Long Key, I don't think it can ever happen.
Central Amsterdam, we have a nice, but we have a doctor.
Where are you?
I in Bowen Sound, Andres.
Bowen Sound?
Yes, sir. My name is Gloria Curtis.
You ain't got no clinic in Bowen Sound?
We have a little retina room in Bowen Sound where the doctor come, or the nurses come once a week.
Oh.
But we close by the Fresh Creek. So
you close to the Cargill Creek.
But Cargill Creek only got a little nice on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bowen Sound on Thursday. And Fresh Creek on from Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
So you would go to Fresh Creek?
We have to go Fresh Creek.
Yeah.
But as far as doctor concerned, we ain't had them there for a little while. They just come for a week.
Not in Bowen Sound. You gotta go Fresh Creek.
Gotta go Fresh Creek. I ain't talking about Bowen Sound now, Fresh Creek. Doctor ain't been stationary in Fresh Creek now from last year, way down.
Well, they come and go.
Yeah, come and go. Spend 2 couple of weeks and go.
That's the challenges we have as a country.
Yes.
That's different islands, different communities spread out. But But you got people in Bowen Sound who could take care of you. Well, you got a nurse there anyway. You got a nurse, right?
Nothing but one sound. One in Cargill Creek and the rest in Fresh Creek. You got some local constable and things like that, but ain't no nice in Bowen Town. But anything happen, we rush to Fresh Creek.
Yeah.
Sending a shout out to my son and my daughters them in Nassau, if they hear me. And Mr. Miller, glad to hear from you, man.
Good to hear you, too. I ain't been Bowen Sound in a while.
Yep. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Okay, bye.
All right. We got to go to the news break, eh? Who else on the line? Melissa? Melissa, you there? All right. Can you play one of Elon Moxie's songs? That'll take us into the news break. Can you play a Elon Moxie song, a Love Bell or Confidential Thing? Or Elon was performing at Sappadilla on Friday night, the 85th birthday party for Sir Lyndon, and I think he reached down deep for that one as he remembered Sir Lyndon. Sir Lyndon, of course, was Elon's member of parliament for many, many years. Elon being born in Little Harbor, Mangrove Key, and that has always been a part of the Kemps Bay or South Andros constituency. We're going to go to a song and then go to our news break, and we'll be back on Dadrold Miller Live right after this break. Welcome back to Dadrold Miller Live here on the ZNS Radio and Television Networks. Today's show brought to you in part by the 17 Shop. And ladies, I can tell you the 17 Shop has the latest in the spring and Easter collections. All sorts of beautiful colors. They have the top brand names, and the prices are unbelievably low at the 17 Shop, located on Collins Avenue and 4th Terrace here in New Providence, and downtown Freeport in the 17 Circle. You want to check them out. They're going to take very, very good care of you. They've got the latest arrivals in the spring and Easter collections. The 17 Shop. Check them out. And generations of women can go together, your grandmother, you, and your daughter. The 17 Shop is the place where you want to go to look good this Easter. It's open line today here on Dadrold Miller Live. We're taking your calls, your texts, your tweets, your emails on matters of national importance. And right now, we're going to go to Pumpkin on line 2. Hi, Pumpkin.
Good afternoon, Darrell. How you doing?
I'm excellent, thank you.
I'm broadcasting to you from my office. Good afternoon, Melissa, your producer. Yeah, Darrell, before I begin, I'd love to do some host call. I want to give my condolences to Andrea Light and Delabo. She lost her mom and her family and praying for them.
Who is that?
Andrea Delabo. Can you hear me clear? Andrea Delabo.
Delavo, that's a Crooked Island name.
No, yeah, it is. So I'm praying for her family. They lost their mom, who lived a ripe 78, and this country, thank God, she lived 78 and contributed. So, give my condolences to them.
We'll be sharing that with you, Pumpkin.
No problem. I want to go on the same line that Maya Donker was talking about with Deadness. I think he called you earlier, talk about Deadness and the Northern Service being broadcast nationally at 6 o'clock. You can hear me clear, Darrell?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to go on that same line. Congratulations to the manager. And I think the manager, general manager, is talking about having news bureau on every family island as much as possible to bring not only audio, but video coverage every day on ZNS. But Darrell, check this out now. Beverly Corey was in Exuma, I think, last week for the Cultural Festival, right? You remember that?
Who?
Beverly Corey. She was in Exuma for the Cultural Festival. I think
You say everybody?
No, I don't know if you could hear me clear. I said Beverly Corey.
Oh,
You
well,
could hear me clear?
I'm not sure Beverly was there.
Yeah, she was there. She was on Facebook. Now, you could imagine.
Was Beverly there in Exuma?
Yeah.
Okay, I know Melissa was there for sure.
Right, but check this out now. You could imagine Beverly Corey and Melissa doing a morning show live on ZNS TV, because Melissa do the entertainment show, and Beverly does the Ordinary People show. You following me?
I'm following you loud and clear.
Do you understand me loud and clear? Do you understand me loud and clear?
Do I understand you loud and clear? Of course I do. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have done it before. We have proven our capabilities, and I'm
talking about two great personalities who has a show, Melissa Burrows and Beverly.
Melissa Knowles.
Melissa Knowles and Beverly.
They're both very talented, capable individuals.
And they have the show.
Who have not been given, in my opinion, the opportunities to reach their full potential.
And right after their show, from 8 to 10, they go live to your show in Exuma or any other family outlet that having these great festivals. Whether it be Regatta, whether it be the Cultural Fest or the Black Key Festival sometimes. You follow me?
Yes.
Because it can be done because of true BTC. The 242. Who created the 242? Is that powerful that is?
I don't have a difficulty with that. I endorse what you're saying.
Right. So I'm saying that this is up for something very powerful this year and next year. If they listen to the punk leader and maybe hire me. But then again, that's just a taste.
You say hire you?
I mean, whatever. I just use that for the
What role will you play? You'll be the producer?
I will be the consultant. What I'm doing now, I'm giving you something powerful for next year.
Well,
that's a contribution to how powerful this can go.
I am very impressed with the new administration.
Yeah, I am also very impressed because the Northern Service, at the same time, need their own Northern television service. Because there's so many can be produced in Grand Bahama, Abaco alone. You see what Silver Mills is doing with his TV station. You can imagine what else could come out of Grand Bahama.
Silbert Mills.
And then use an example.
He is outstanding.
Outstanding.
Silbert Mills does, with very limited staff
and limited equipment, but he's doing it good.
Well, he has equipment,
right?
But limited staff to operate all of the equipment.
It's sure that you don't need all of those staff, Dara, with technology, because right now Zenith have their Northern Service combined with Zelenet and New Providence. I'm talking about TV, not red, but TV. You can imagine what they can do. Zenith could have almost a 24-hour service. Oh, that's a 24-hour service.
Well, it like you say, with technology, I mean, everything is kind of automated now.
Exactly.
You don't need staff sitting in master control 24/7 to run a 24/7 programming.
With BTC, they could bring you live from any beach, any ocean, anywhere.
Now, where you need staff is, and we are the only ticket in town that can do live coverage on a magnanimous basis
anywhere
for example, bringing you live coverage of the high school track and field championships is a feat that only ZNS can do. While there's Cable, Bahamas, there's Jones Communications Network, and Silbert, they are unable to do the kind of live technicalities that we are able to do for such a wide event.
Well, just put it this way, they can do it, but ZNS have that advantage because ZNS are merged with BTC. But they're
No, forget BTC.
Okay, forget
BTC.
You can't do it without them.
No. You're only right there.
Okay.
I talking about the live production.
Oh yeah, you talking about production, producing? Yeah.
Now, when you talk about the dissemination of the production, that's different.
Right.
But only ZNS and Cable Bahamas is moving on us.
Right.
But we are the only ones with the technical capability to do live production the way we do.
Right. And
of a high quality.
Right. Definitely. And I do encourage
now
go ahead.
On live production out of the studio, Silbert Mills is able to do that by himself.
Well, of course.
In other words, but the challenges there is the different camera angles.
Quite simple. I can't show they do that yet, but I'm on radio. But it's quite simple because I do little live production from my office. And that's audio. You can imagine video.
Well, you would need to operate your own switcher. And you would have to have your cameras set in place.
You could actually do all of that from a software.
Exactly. However, if you are also the talent,
take talent.
See, if you are delivering the news, you can't be switching the news because you will be distracted. So you're gonna need staff for live production.
Yeah, and you can actually do if you do it on a small scale. You're talking about video, audio is more faster, but video you could do it on a small scale. Like I said, take technical, like you say, it takes skills. But here's what I encourage though, as the dude manager, retrain reporters. We need to retrain producers and directors. But I see a lot of falls sometimes directors get away with it's quite simple if they understand the training. So at the same time, the general manager training reporters, let's train producers and directors too.
Okay.
But producers are the most foundation ingredients to reporters. Because you can make a reporter look so smart, and you can make a reporter look so dumb if you know what you're doing. But I'm hard to off to them.
I kind of disagree with you there.
I can explain that. Yeah, because no. Okay. For example, let me give you an example. Some anchor don't certain dress they should not wear.
They don't what?
Certain dress they should not wear on the set.
Certain dress?
That's right. Certain outfit.
I agree with you.
And certain hair.
I agree with you. I believe a woman should never be on television where you could see her underarm.
And her breast.
And her breast should never be popping out. I agree.
Very attractive. And that's what I'm telling you. That producers and directors need training because
especially in our environment.
Certain actors and producers and directors.
Especially in our environment.
Right.
Where people are slack.
Right.
And licentious. I think it should always be a jacket. It should always be a jacket.
Right.
And I also believe you should never be on television without a tie, if you're a gentleman.
Right. Well, yeah, but even when you go to a press conference, you should be dressed professionally.
Yeah.
Not a short mini like you go into a jungle. It's called press conference. Come on. I mean,
what's that word now?
Now you see why I'm understanding we have produced directors need training.
I hear you.
I'll be talking here, but there's great things for ZNS and more to come. And I will contact the general manager personally.
Very good.
Give my suggestions. People like the coffee.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
Have a good day.
All right. 325-5405, the number for you to call here on Darrell Miller Live today. From the family of islands, it's toll-free 1-2 My Heart. My heart pains for Long Key, for Ragged Island, Great Harbor Key in the Berries, Moores Island, Water Key, those small islands and keys with very limited population. How do we ensure that they get the same level of service in healthcare, in education, in social services that we get here in Nassau and in Freeport? It's tough. You know, many of us want to enter politics and be a part of the leadership. But boy, when you get there, you don't know what to do. And so, for those in the DNA particularly, who want to run and win and try and govern this country, it's not as easy as it seems. How do you make the call for Long Key? 2 children in the school, 4 women live on the whole key, and you want a clinic with a nurse and a doctor. How do you make that call? Do you tell them leave Long Key, the most beautiful island in the country, and move to Crooked Island? No, sir. What do you tell them? I would tell them the teacher must also be the nurse. The woman who worked at BDC must be something else. She must be the social services agent. It's a real challenge. Don't even talk about Water Key. You know how much people live on Water Key? You ain't know it. 2? Let's go to Mr. Roma. Brother Roma.
How are you doing, Darrell?
Excellent, sir.
Yes. Darrell, I would like to challenge the workers at the Ministry of Works in Andres. There is no excuse for the road conditions that we have. I know everybody are looking at the millions of dollars that the government is spending on road works in Andres. But we have men who are working every day. And if they take 2 or 3 showers and throw some filth, especially on the roads coming out of Fresh Creek, they will get the job done. In Mastic Point, the guys who work for the Ministry of Work, if they would do the same thing, and they could collectively come together as a team. If they have 8 fellas working for the Ministry of Work, the 8 of them could one day decide, look here, we can do all the roads, the big potholes in Mastic Point, and they could get it done. But the problem is that what I deploy in this country, I deploy lazy fellas who are getting government money and not producing. And that's the problem I have in this country, the Bahamas, my home. A bunch of lazy people want government every month, want to draw a fat check and just live soft of the government and don't want to produce no work. And I'm speaking from top to bottom. And all who hear me today, let them know that that end must come. Other than that, this country will go to north. And I hope those who hear me will take a grip of themselves and understand that we only have the Bahamas. And if we are lazy, downright lazy, nothing will happen for all of us. Thank you, Darrell.
Okay. Someone is asking me, Hi, Darrell. Does anyone know when the investment for Long Key that was promised will be coming on stream? I am going to be in touch with Mr. Scott Patterson, who is the investor. And he has had such a rough time through successive governments in getting that project to be approved. The idea there was a marina with a small hotel. And successive governments have given him the runaround. I believe there's approval in principle from this government, this administration. And so I'm going to be reaching out to Mr. Patterson on this very day to see how far that project has gotten. Let's go to Mr. Ward. Is this Canon Harry Ward? Hello?
Hi, good day, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Barry Ward. I'm calling from Rock Sound. I'm a first-time caller.
Okay.
And I'm also a former student of GHS.
Okay.
I'm
were you
living
there when
over
I was
here
there?
in Rock Sound now, though, and I work along with the Methodist Church here in Rock Sound. And our youth department is having a bicycle race on Saturday, March 28th, called Cycling for Christ. So I'm just calling to promote it on your show today.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a non-profit event, and we're inviting all participants from the whole of South Eleuthera. We're going to begin at 10 a.m., and we hope to have a great time. We're giving refreshments, and of course, we have trophies and prizes and lots of good time. So we're just asking all persons who are interested in riding, ages from 7 to 100. You're not too young, you're not too old to come and participate. So we're looking to have a great time, like I said, March 28th, beginning at 10 a.m. And it's going to be out by the Rock Sound Homecoming site.
And you're doing this to aid what?
Well, it's not to aid anything in particular. It's to offer the community a positive, just to do something positive in the community, and we're trying to, change the negative things that are going on. We want to offer a positive thing. We want to promote Christ, and that's why when we do the event on Saturday, we ask the winners to come to our church where they would receive their trophies. But it's not so much for the trophies. It's to get people to hear the word of God, and maybe a heart may be changed that day in our service. So that is our real purpose for having the event. It's to change lives.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Okay. Let's go to George on line 1. Hi, George.
Hey, Mr. Miller. How are you, sir?
Excellent.
You know, that pumpkin fella made a lot of sense what he said. Two things I need to say. I want to congratulate the pumpkin on having that fight on. The reporters really, the women, they really need to stop showing so much breasts on TV when they're giving news. ZNS Station plus the other 12
Now,
stations.
ZNS isn't bad. I think Cable 12 show a lot of breasts.
They off the chain, and that's ridiculous. You look like you're showing some kind of sex show.
Well, that's why I call it licentiousness.
And like he said, the producer should take charge of that. Hey, look, you ain't going on this newscast showing all that breast and stuff like that.
The challenge, though, is that in many cases, the talent, the anchor, is the higher authority. Are you following me? The
follow you.
producer is not the one in charge.
Right.
It used to be that way back in the day.
But common decency should tell a woman you shouldn't come on TV showing your stuff like that, man. I mean, you're giving the news, you're representing the country.
Now, again, in all defense to ZNS, I don't see much breasts.
But they're doing it. They're doing it on both stations. Both stations they doing it, and it's time people stop.
No.
It's time people stop covering up in their eyes and saying like it ain't there.
No, not ZNS.
You don't even want your little young children to be.
ZNS just look old school.
Man, you don't even want your little children to be watching them things because you're ruining them, man.
You are talking about MB12.
Both station.
No, man, ZNS don't show much breasts.
Okay, watch tonight. Except to make a change.
I watch all the time.
Watch tonight and watch both station tonight.
I telling you, MB12 is a high candy station.
And I hope those women who give, I hope they're listening.
You know, well, for example, if you see a Charisma Robinson on, she is very professionally dressed with a nice outfit from 17 shop. If you see Keishla, she is very professionally dressed.
Man, look when Paulette Zonical and them used to be there. Man, they used to be top notch. The only thing you used to see was their neck. You know, those days are gone. But anyway,
I gotta defend my ZNS girls, man. I'm sorry.
I don't blame
think
you.
it's MB12 you're talking about. Boom,
but you gotta realize you even ain't getting your groove on today the way you normally get it because you even ain't lifting up your hand with that gusto today. So you off your rocker today.
You mean off my rocker?
You ain't got that groove, man, like you normally have.
Well, my air has been not in sync with the rest of my body lately.
Man, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when you get to say this is Darrell Miller Live. You say it with gusto, but you ain't doing that today.
Because my air is not in sync with the rest of my body.
I think maybe you had some of that okra soup.
I can't wait to get some. I tell you that.
But I hope you hear what happened to the dog who eat the okra soup.
What?
The fella went to Andrews and the fella said if you go to Andrews, don't eat the okra soup because something gonna happen.
What?
So when he went to Andrews, the first thing the old lady offered him was some okra soup.
And give me the end of the story.
So he was sitting to the window and he took the okra soup and threw it outside. 2 minutes after that, the dog was running around the yard saying, I want married.
The okra soup hooking me.
but you know, on a more serious note, I was listening to you the other week, and that fella from Eleuthera, the Wilson fella, the one who was seeing things when he smoked that stuff, right? Man, I was so impressed, and I think the whole Bahamas was impressed with the way you really talked to that fella and tell him to lay off of that stuff, you know, because he was seeing things in metal and all.
Yeah.
You know, and that was I think that was a good thing you did, and some people would have just laughed him off and make joke out of it, but then you got through. In some ways, you got through to him, and I think he was able to probably lay off it for a week or so, and then see where he was going wrong.
Thank you.
So I want you to know that in spite of your down moments, sometimes you do some good stuff, man. And you must continue to be encouraged. But chastise those girls on showing all that breast on TV and stuff like that.
Not me.
Yeah.
You got to chastise them.
Well,
I don't think ZNS is bad. It's the other one. Thank you, buddy.
You do well.
Okay. We go to Ralph. Hi,
Ralph. Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Lord bless you, man. I heard this terrible news. Lady drove off in the water. This is the first thing I want to talk about. I have two things I'm concerning. But the lady drove off in the water and killed two children and herself. And someone told me the woman was hungry. When the children was hungry, they went for help, and they didn't get the help from the public service. And I guess they feel bad about not helping the woman. The woman say the children was hungry. I mean, man, how insensitive we could be, man. I mean, maybe the lady had a mental problem, or maybe she's just stressed or depressed or something. But I want to tell whoever out there in the Bahamas, if you need help, please don't kill your children. You know, call me 458-7555. I have one slice of bread. I'll cut it in four and share it with you.
Give that number again.
458-7555. Please don't kill your children. 458-7555. Call me and you know, talk with me. If I can't help you, I'll get somebody to help you. Don't kill your children, and don't kill yourself. If they're too insensitive there to help you, call me. I'll help you. I'll try to get you some help. I mean, that hurt me to the bone, man. That hurt me to the bone, brother Darrell. Man,
Ralph,
I'm
a lot of people,
that,
a lot of people are hurting.
You know,
a lot of people are hurting.
Man, I'm teary-eyed over that, man. I can't believe that,
man. They're hurting not only for a meal. They're hurting for a hand up. They're looking for opportunities. And many of us are turning them away. I am happy that you have offered yourself to help. Sometimes we are unable to help because we need help ourselves.
Yeah, but you know, I don't care, Brother Darrell. We always have, no matter how much little you have, you always have something to give. I don't care if it's grits by itself. You know what I mean? You have something to give. And that's the mentality we ought to have, man. No matter how little we have, we have to share it with our brothers and sisters. Because, you know, we have this mentality, our women have this mentality, you know, when they have children, oh, I born that, that's my child. No, it's not your child. That's a community child. We all have responsibility for that child because that child is raised the wrong way and ends up in prison. We pay the taxes. We got to pay to maintain that child. So, you know, it's all of our responsibility. We all one family. And that's the mentality we got to have in this country. You better get it quick. You hear me, Bahamas? You better get that mentality quick.
Thank you, Ralph.
Helping one another. And another thing, one more thing. I don't appreciate this new carnival thing they have here. These women showing all their breasts and showing all their hips and things like that. And, you know, and our prime minister is behind that stuff. Then Wishcombe, whatever his name is. I mean, you know, it's atrocious, man. It makes the women look like prostitutes, you know, and it demeans us. And we need to let that go and stick to Junkanoo, man. You know, that's foolishness. You know, and there's a lot going on that's not right. But we need to get our morals in perspective. You know, and especially our women. You know. Anyway, I'm a little down today about that, man. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Okay. We're going to take a final break now. And guys, I want to let you know that K.S. Moses, they've just gotten their new arrivals in. I'm talking about suits, classy suits, starting at only $149. Quality wear. I mean, top brand names. I picked up one over the weekend for the Celinden 85th birthday. And the ladies really, really complimented me. And guys, I know you like to look good. K.S. Moses is the place to go. They've got the suits starting at only $149. And they have the linen suits in all colors, a variety of colors, for the men and the boys. Check them out. Tell the great folks there you heard this ad on Darrell Miller Live, and they're going to take very good care of you, and they're going to give you a discount on top of the already low prices at KS Mo. And I'm always dressed from head to toe in KS Mo. This is Darrell Miller Live. We'll be back right after these messages. Welcome back to Darrell Miller Live. We just got a call off air from our good friend, Mr. Frank Hanna, who is endorsing 100% what Anthony Roma had to say about Andros, the fact that people must do their jobs. And speaking of doing their jobs, they all had a great time over the weekend in Andros. And kudos, thanks going out to Alfonso Smith as he did his job in ensuring, along with others from the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Local Government, that the Agri-Business Expo in Andros was the smashing success that it was. I think the next one is Cat Island. We're going to see if we're able to make that one in Cat Island. By the way, the Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Local Government, according to Frank Hanna, is throwing out a challenge to Everett Hart, to Tim Dames, to Marky Knowles, and to Doris, and to Mr. Hanna himself, that he, Alfred Cornelius Gray, is going to beat them in the upcoming Red Bay Snapper Tournament. That's coming up May 14, 15, and 16. You ever seen Alfred Gray fish? Well, this is your opportunity to see him reel in the snappers. He promises to outdo Everett Hart, of all people, Tim Dames, and Marky Knowles, and Frank Hanna, and Doris of Grand Bahama. Boy, that you don't want to miss that one. May 14th, 15th, 16th in Red Bays, North Andros. That's going to be fun. Can the minister really beat Everett Hart and Marky Knowles? Wow. Okay. We got a couple more calls, and then we're going to go to Divine Cafe for lunch and relax for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, we're going to have Matty Nottage here, along with other guests as they prepare for a major conference going on now at their church on Carmichael Road. And that's going to be very interesting tomorrow with Pastor Matty Nottage. Let's go to Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Hey, Darrell.
All right.
How you doing?
Okay, don't listen to the radio or the TV. Just talk to us.
Okay, just to listen to you. Listen, I got three little things. First of all, where is Divine Cafe?
Divine Cafe is on Mackey Street under the checkered sign right next, across from Albury Supply, right next to Henry F. Store Electric.
So now I be looking for that on Collins Avenue. But
No. The Crab House and Seafood Emporium is on Collins Avenue.
Okay, Mackey Street.
But Mackey Street, Divine Cafe, across from Royal Bank, Endless Shoes there, just north of Henry F. Store Electric, under the checkout sign.
Okay. And now look at Mr. Ruma. Why Mr. Ruma tell me Bohemian lazy and he carrying on like this? He got all the property, but he don't fix the road.
It's not his job to fix the road.
But it ain't other people's job to fix the road either.
Yes, the Ministry of Works.
Right.
And the contractors.
Right, so why you trying to tell the residents that they should put this or they should do that?
No. You missed him. He's saying that the Ministry of Works has employees on the ground in Andros who should be doing more to ensure that the roads are fixed and usable and maintained. That's what he's saying.
Okay. Now, another thing, now, I know you run no time, but look out. Now they're talking about the girls on TV, right, with all this breast, right? Now, listen to this, Darrell. If the girls don't show no breast, just let them show some titties, Darrell.
Oh, stop that stop that nonsense before I cut you off this television and radio. You cut him, right? I wish I had the controls here so you could see me cut him off. Last call will be Ivy.
Yes.
Hi, Ivy.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller.
Hi.
I'm sending a pledge out to encourage some family members of mine to be encouraged on their brother's death. They're my best friends. Tell them be encouraged. The Sturrops family,
Who?
And put God first, the Stirrup family.
Stirrup?
Yes.
Who passed?
On the passing of their brother Samuel Stirrup.
Uh-huh.
He will be laid to rest on Thursday. I'm telling them to be encouraged and put God first.
Is that Mangrove Key?
No. This is Stirrups from Exuma.
Ah.
And thank you very much, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, too.
When I come there to Cafe Divine, I'm going to try and get my usual salsa I normally get.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good to hear you.
All right.
Okay. So many messages. Good afternoon, Darrell. Long Island is another forgotten island. Darrell, people are hurting. Good morning, Darrell. The government needs to implement a mandatory nurse unit to visit every government school to prevent outbreaks like scabies. You know my view on scabies. The government can't prevent scabies. You got to prevent scabies. You got to bathe, man. That's all what scabies is, a lack of bathing. I'm sorry I'm unable to get to all of our messages on WhatsApp today. Something wasn't working earlier. They're coming in now ferociously. Good day, Mr. Miller. It is so sad to hear of that lady who took her life as well as her kids' lives. But in this very Bahamas, we don't help each other out unless a camera is running. And as for social services help, they could do more. Mr. Miller, please get one of those suits for me. Take a picture. You always looking so good. Mr. Miller, tell NB12 to take pattern after Candia Dames. She is well dressed. Good morning, Mr. Miller. I will be most appreciative for any assistance that you can afford me any day except Thursday for the launching of my new CDs. Many thanks to you. God bless you, Canon Harry Ward. Well, Canon Harry Ward, Thursday is the day you can get. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. But you have my digits. You can call me. Canon Harry Ward, he's releasing a new CD. Mr. Miller, today is World Water Day. Okay. And the last WhatsApp I'm getting now. Mr. Miller, please call me after the show. It's really urgent. Okay. We can't take any more calls. That's it. God willing, I'll be back tomorrow with another lively, provocative Darrell Miller Live.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.